All right, I've separated coins for 5 boxes of pennies. That thing is heavy down there. I have dates all over the place. A lot of shield cents because there's a lot of varieties to find. I did pull out a lot of copper coins with mint marks just to see if I can find something. 64s, 68s. What else did I find or pull? 83s, 84s, 82s. There's a whole bunch of stuff in here. 90s. There's a lot of different years. So we're going to try to find some fun eras or varieties. Out of those 5 boxes, I did get a whole bunch of Canadians so far. There's a whole bunch of them there. And then these are all wheats. I haven't really looked at them. I just kind of toss them in here. When I get through all the boxes of pennies, then I'll go through the wheats and the foreigns. So let me start with a handful out of that bucket. And I'll bring you in on the first find. Be right back. Working on the first handful, I have a 2020 with a die chip under the E of Cent, which I've never seen before, so I'll hold that aside. And there is a 2009 D formative years. Let's keep it going. I'm on the 5th handful. I have a 1983 under the scope, and I think right in here is a cud. You can see a die break coming down into the T, the I, the top of the N, and it comes back up. I think that's a rim cud or the start of an actual cud. Let me know what you think down in the comments. I'll try to look this up on Mad Die Class. Cuds on Coins. See if I can find anything. But that's what it looks like to me. I don't see anything else. So I'm going to hold this one aside. Let me know your thoughts. All right. Be right back. All right. I want to say I'm on like the 6th handful. I have a 2020 shield cent under the scope with a pretty decent size die crack. So we have it from here, comes up, turns into like a die chip all the way through here. It comes up into the N. That's a pretty sweet find. So we'll hold this one aside. Just keep the hunt going. Be right back. I'm on the 7th or 8th handful. I have a 1960D under the scope. We have some die chipping in here. This is the small date. We have a die chip here. I don't think there's a mint mark variety. We have die chip inside the B. We have a die crack through his head right here. This is a pretty good one. That's a pretty decent die crack. It looks like a little bit up in here as well. So I could try, I don't have any acetone, but I could try to get some acetone and get this like tar off of it. I did not check the reverse yet. See if there's anything else here. Nothing. No, you got a die chip right there at the bottom of the N. All right, that's a pretty cool find. Let's keep it going. 9th handful. I have a 1983 under the scope with a spike head die chip. Comes right through here, right down to the back of the head. That's a pretty good one. Goes right over the E, which is kind of cool. All right. Let's keep her going. I don't think I checked the other side. Let me see. I don't see anything. All right, be right back. All right, last coin in the, I want to say 10th handful. I have a 2017 under the scope. And we have a DDO. You can clearly see RTY is a lot thicker. So I have to look this one up, figure out which one it is. But that's definitely a DDO. Let's keep it going. Be right back. I'm on the 11th handful. I have a 2021 under the scope. You can see a little bit of clashing here and there. I'm trying to see if there's anything by the bow tie. Yeah, there's a little bit of the U right there in the bow tie. And then we've got clashing in the back of the head. Right in here and over here and then down. So that's a decent find. Not the best clash, but it's still a clash. You see if there's anything on the reverse inside the shield. You get a little bit right there. And that's really it. Okay, let's keep it going. I think handful 13. I have obviously a scent under here with a heavy grease strike. So I think this is a 2000. I can't tell for sure, but that's what it looks like. Liberty is just about missing. In God is missing. We have We Trust, but pretty much the date is annihilated, Liberty is annihilated, and In God is pretty much missing. And the reverse looks pretty normal. It's got some cool coloring to it. And it's not a wide AM if it is a 2000, but it's got some cool blue color to it. Let's see if I can, yeah, you can kind of see it like that. All right, let's keep it going. Got a nice little grease strike there. Be right back. I'm on handful number 14. And oddly enough, I just hunted a 2019 roll. By the time this particular video comes out, that 2019 roll will be long hunted. But I didn't really find much in that roll. And that was tonight. And look what we got. 2019, this is the one I was looking for. And here we go. Look at that, look at the BERTY. In God We Trust. Definitely We Trust is doubled. But that 2019 is amazing. So there it is, we got one. It's been a long time since I found one of these. And that's awesome. I love this double die. All right, let's keep her going. I want to say I'm on handful like 16. Looked through, not looked through yet. I have a 2021 shield scent under the scope. And we have a fairly decent sized die chip right here above the L. So I'll hold that one aside. I don't really find die chips all that often that large on shield scents. Let's keep it going. Same handful, something like 16 or something like that. I have a 2023 under the scope. And it looks like doubling. It gets thinner in here. It's a little bit thicker out in here. Thinner in here. And thicker out here. Thinner there. A little thicker there. And then thicker here. And if I come over to Liberty, it looks like there's notching under the Y, under the T, in the R. So I'm going to go on a limb here and say that this is a double die. I don't really see much else in terms of In God We Trust. Maybe in the U there, it's thinner on the left than it is on the right. I think that's about it. I think there's definitely doubling in 2023 though. All right, let's keep her going. All right, I'm on like the 19th or 20th handful. I have a 2011 under the scope and got some extra thickness here, a little bit here, out there, out here. It looks like this tapers inward here. So I did look up on Copper Coins and on doubledie.com. I'm not 100% sure which one this is. Doubledie.com, it could be like number 10 or something. Hold on one second. Yeah, so possibly DDO number 10. But I'm going to hold it aside. It doesn't really show anything on Liberty, but Liberty looks really like oddly thin. This coin has seen better days, but I'm still going to hold it aside. I think it is a 2011 DDO. Let's keep her going. Working on handful number 21, searched, unsearched, under the scope. I have a 2020. You can see LB is thicker. JFM looks pretty normal, but E pluribus is incuse doubled. You can see how the letters look off. They look stretched. They look thin. So we have incuse doubling and doubling on LB, the designer's initials. Let me see if I can show you the difference. So you can see like the I, the S gets really thin, the U is thin, the L pulls in, the E pulls in. Let me just throw a random one under here. Look how much thicker this is. How much more uniform that looks. So we have a 2020 DDR. All right, let's keep it going. Bring you in with the next find. I just grabbed handful 21. I have a 2020 under the scope. And the first 2 and 0 look slightly, ever so slightly, possibly doubled right in that area. But if we come over to Liberty, we do have doubling in RTY, maybe even in the E, but definitely in the R. You can see notching in the back here, the back here, and the back here, thickness in the Y. So we have a 2020 DDO. Did not check up in here. That looks pretty normal. Definitely extra thickness there. Nothing really on the shield. All right, let's keep her going. Bring in with the next find. Still the same handful. I want to say it's like 21. I have a 1962 Denver under the scope. The possible RPM, we definitely have some extra metal down here. It looks like a little bit of a line right there. I'm going to go out on a limb and say that that's a 1962D RPM. Which one it is, I'm not sure. But I do believe that's what we have. All right, let's keep her going. I'm on the last coin of handful number 22. And I have a 2015 under the scope, not a DDO or DDR. We do have a fairly decent sized die chip on the top of Lincoln's head right there. So hold that one aside. Let's keep it going. Working on handful 24. These I've checked, these I have not. I have a 2015 under the scope. And right over here, we've got a nice die crack. Comes right up from the rim to the back of the shoulder and then right up to about the shoulder, the top of the shoulder. And if I flip it over, we've got actually quite a few die chips. So we have die crack, starts of chips right there. There's a die chip here, die chip there, die chip right there. And I'm sure Southern Coin Hunter is going to say here a chip, there a chip, everywhere a chip chip. So that's pretty cool. It's a nice little die crack right up on the shoulder there. Let's keep the hunt going. Be back with the next find. Same handful, still number 24. Searched, unsearched. Under the scope I have a 2023. And we have VDDO number 1. We have doubling all throughout the southern portion of United States of America. All down the bottom. You can see it's thicker and doubled. See, check out the I here, the R, the E, the A. JFM is actually elongated. I just knocked her over. Where did it go? Let me find it. Is that it? Yeah, that's it there. JFM is stretched and doubled, and a little bit on LB, but it's a find. Let's keep it going. Hunting the 25th handful. I have a 2019 under the scope. We pull this over to the side. We have extra thickness in ERTY. So we have a DDO. And check up here. That looks normal. We got a die crack right in the forehead. Let's see if there's anything under here in the back. Looks like a die crack above LUR. All right, let's keep her going. Still hunting handful number 25. I have a 2014 under the scope. There's my wire from my phone charger. 2014 under the scope. And trying to see if the 4 looks a little doubled, but not really. We have doubling in RTY. It's definitely thicker. Slight notching down here, here, and here. So we do have a DDO for a 2014. Just not the one that I'm looking for. But I'll take it. Let's keep the hunt going. Be right back. Working on handful 26. I have a 1998 under the scope. It is not the wide AM, but we do have a pretty large die crack. Kind of comes right through the E, right here across the Lincoln Memorial, and then back down into the Memorial again. So definitely hold that one aside. It's a pretty cool die crack. Let's keep it going. I have a giant handful, 27. Just hunting a couple there so far. I have a 2019 with some feeder finger marks and minor strike through. The start of a pretty decent strike through. So we'll hold this one aside. Keep hunting handful 27. Still handful 27. Haven't gone through that many more. We have a 1983 with some machine doubling. But if you look at the ear, that could potentially be a doubled ear. I don't see a match, but I'm going to hold it aside and keep the hunt going. Let me know what you think down in the comments. Doubled ear or damage. Still on handful 27. I have a 2016 under the scope. A little bit of doubling in the 2. Can't really see it in the 1, but if you come over here, we have it on RTY. So we have notching here, here, and here. On this side of the Y is thicker. Let's check up here. Not much. See if there's anything over the shield. Not much going on there. All right, but we do have a DDO RTY. And a little bit on that too. Keep her going. Bring you in with the next one. Still on 27. Just clean this section up a little bit. I have a 1983 under the scope. Looks like a little bit of grease strike or something going on under the neck. If I flip it over, we have a couple of die cracks. It's like a little bit of a chip right there. Die crack there. Die crack there. 2 die cracks right here. And a die crack running through here. Right there. And I don't know what's going on right there, but die cracks galore coming through the T. So just bring it in for that one. Let's keep it going right through the O there as well. Be back with the next find. Still on handful 27. I got a 2019. And I got another DDO 11. This one's not in as good a shape as the other one I just found, but still I'll take it. I don't find them very often anymore, so it's going in the collection. Bring it back on the next find. Finally made it to handful number 28. I have a 2022 under the scope. If I flip her over, we've got I think it's DDR, I'm sorry, VDDR number 1. So it's all doubled on the lower part of United States of America. We also have doubling in JFM, the designer's initials, and a little bit in LB. I don't think anything in E pluribus though. So that's a sweet find. Let's keep her going. Working through handful 29. I have a 2023 under the scope. And we have DDR, VDDR, I believe number 1. So doubling in the U, the N, I, T, E, D. S, T, A, T, E, S. In of. In America. Also in JFM right there. So just kind of like the 2022. Not really any doubling on LB though. But that's a great find. This is actually, both of those were attributed by me on Variety Vista. So I'll take that one too. Let's keep her going. Working on handful 30. I have a 2019 under the scope. I just looked it up. This is DDO number 10 on doubledie.com. We have extra thickness in the 2, in the 0. Not so much in the 1 or the 9. But if we come over here, we have doubling in E, R, T, and Y. I don't know if I've ever found this one, to be honest with you. I don't think there's anything going on in trust. But there we go. We have DDO number 10. Let's keep her going. Still on handful 30. I have a 1983 under the scope with a nice die crack. Spike head coming from the rim through the E of we and down into Lincoln's head. Let's keep her going. Hunting handful number 31. I have a 2023 under the scope, and it looks like we have a strike through in the neck of Lincoln. Looks kind of like a zombie wound. So hold that one aside. I don't know what that's like, a stain. Hold this aside. We'll keep the hunt going. Be right back. Still hunting 31. We have a 2022 under the scope. And we have another DDR, I'm sorry. I love these. They look good. JRM, JFM, sorry, and LB, all doubled. Let's keep it going. Hunting handful number 33. I have a 1999 under the scope. There is a little die chip under the 9, but if I flip it over, there's a massive die chip, beehive die chip right here in the last section. That's enormous. So that's fairly cool. Hold that one aside. Nothing else going on with it, but let's keep it going. Be back with the next one. I am finally on my last handful of pennies from this bucket hunt that I started. I think it was March 7th or 14th. Today is July 21st. So it has been a long time. Let me get through this handful here and see what else we can find. Be right back. Working through that final handful of a 1961 Denver under the scope with some pretty cool machine doubling. You see at the top of the 1, the inside of the 9, and the top of the 9, inside, outside of the 6, up here, and maybe just a little bit right there. So that's a cool little find. We'll hold that aside. Let's keep it going. All right, almost done with the last handful. I have a 2019 under the scope. You can see extra thickness in the 2 out here in the O, a little notching down here on the 1 up here. It looks like Liberty is a little bit thicker over there, notched on the inner side here. I don't see much going on up in Trust. If I do flip it over, we have a die chip right here above the P and L in Pluribus. I did check Wexler's and copper coins, and I do not see a match for this. So I'm going to hold it aside. That is a double die, but I'm not sure which one. Let's keep it going. All right, that does it for the bucket hunt. Months later, that is the last pile that has been hunted. I found everything that I was going to find. I don't have all the finds. Again, this started from March, so I probably flipped some up, tossed some back. But I hope you enjoyed the video. There was a lot of stuff that I had to go through. It took me quite some time, but it's over now. I got a little bit more money to spend on other stuff, other coins. If you did enjoy the video, you found that you watched the whole thing, please subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you get notified on all of my upcoming videos. Be sure to hit that like button. Hopefully, I'll see you on the next one. Take it easy.